get the blues, come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues, it ought to cost a dime, just a nickel a shoe. Doesn't really down with the good for you, get rhythm. When you get the blues, the shoe shine boy never gets slowed down. He's got the loneliest job in town, bending low at the people's feet on a busy corner of a dirty street. Asked him why he shine him a shoe, how he kept from getting the blues. Looked at me with a big wide grin, popped the rag, and then he said, get rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues, you get a rock and roll feeling in your bones. Put taps on your toes and get gone, get rhythm. When you get the blues, get that rhythm now. Get rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues, it only costs a dime to get the nickel shoe. It doesn't mean $1 with a good for you, get rhythm. When you get the blues, I sat down and listened to the shoe shine boy, and I thought I was gonna jump for joy. Tapped on the shoe polish left and right, he took the rag and he held tight. Stopped just what to wipe the sweat away. Said, your body, little boy, to be working there. Looked at me with a big wide grin, dropped the rag and said it again, get rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues, it only costs a dime, just a nickel a shoe. Doesn't mean $1 with a good for you, get rhythm. When you get the blues.
About, since Ray, you are widely regarded as the godfather of rockabilly in England, I understand. What is really the difference between country music and rockabilly?
Well, I always felt like rockabilly is just a form of country music because the people that played rockabilly were mostly white Southern people who had heard a lot of black music. This is no different from what Jimmy Rogers did. I go back to him again. He heard black music, and he was a white man. He played black music to a different audience. Rockabilly was a music picked up by young people who were asserting themselves at that time of our history as a nation. And all music has borrowed from other things because the old hillbilly Maddox Brothers and Rose bands were using the the boogie woogie and the music of the pop bands and Western swing. Bob Wills was all the pop orchestras that played that. So we all borrowed different things over the years, and just it happened in the 50s that the black music of the rhythm and blues artists was discovered by youth, and youth wanted to do something different without, different from what they'd heard or maybe grow. Because I started with Bert Rivera, who's playing tonight. When we were in high school, we had a fiddle, steel, we had a hillbilly country music band. But in the 50s, I jumped onto the rockabilly thing because it brought in that rhythm and blues, and yet it still has the boogie woogie and the good beat. And if you listen to Louis Jordan, you hear some kind of rockabilly, but it's just a little different. So I think it was just something that the Southern white kids picked up all through the South and just ran with it. And of course, when Elvis hit so big, it made it respectable, and we had somebody to follow, to look up to, Carl Perkins. People like that. All the guys from my generation, and the girls too, from the 50s, we heard everything. Rhythm and blues, Mexican conjunto music, hillbilly boogie music.
Singing
like
cowboy.
The cowboy songs, the cowboy music,
On the radio.
I don't know if a lot of people know it, but there's great rock and roll artists like Hank Ballard and Otis Blackwell, people like that. And their favorite singer is Gene Autry. And they were raised on Gene Autry, yet they went on to do rhythm and blues and to initiate a whole new form of music. So the cowboy films, like Patsy, we were just talking about a film Patsy was in. She signed a card for me years ago with Gene Autry. Those films, and people like Ray Whitley and Tex Ritter, and they had such an influence on all of us. And the thing about it was they recorded every kind of a song. There were what they call novelty songs, which had funny lyrics and humor. And there was the cowboy ballad like Rye Whiskey that Tex, redid, which was an old cowboy song. And then the commercially written country love song. So we heard all of that stuff. And then, of course, the old black blues guys were there with their guitars like Lightning Hopkins. And
slow one. You probably ain't never heard of it.